Hello, this is Mahmoudul Hassan, a student from Seg University, Kolkata, Mansara. I'm enrolling in BBM, Business Bachelor of Business Management, Marketing in MM. Marketing is market measuring. This is a presentation which is about Burger King buns that ad. It is actually based on the coursework case study. So in this presentation, I'm gonna pointing out the model, the marketing communication model, the role of advertisement, and the last one is the advantage and disadvantages of having digital advertising practices by the organizations. So the case study is based on the coursework, obviously case study. The presentation is actually based on the coursework case study about Burger King bun that ad, which is a very unusual advertisement campaign by the Burger King, which they used the digital tool named augmented reality program. So without delaying further, let's get started. So here my name and ID, the whole information is there. So introduction. The Burger King is actually known for one of the most selling fast food chain restaurant in the world. It is actually American based company, and the headquarter is located in California. The first it was invented in the year of 1953, and now it has thousands of chain restaurants in America and millions of across the world. So people like Burger King because of their food, because of their products, services, and other realistic tools that they are providing to their consumers. Okay, let's come to the case study. According to case study, the Burger King franchise in Brazil, they have started augmented reality program since 2019, which is about to hype out their business, their advertising, actually made in order to enhance their market in the saturated market where they have competitors, big competitors such as McDonald's, KFC, and the other fast food chain restaurants in Brazil. So they have started this kind of campaign through the digital component name augmented reality program, where they making people burn the other competitors advertisement through the phone, which is completely an augmented reality program. And for that reason, they people also getting the free hooper, one person one only. So the whole thing, the whole idea of marketing that the Burger King is doing since 2019, is it worthy or not, and how much worthy and how much not worthy for them. Rest of the slides are described properly. So the first one, which marketing communication model can be used in this case study? In my perspective, I have chosen the hierarchy of effects model. The hierarchy of effects model is created by the Robert J. Levitch and the Gary A. Steiner in 1961. It has 6 parts, which are awareness, knowledge, liking, preference, conviction, and purchase. The first one is awareness. Well, basically, in any organization, it is very important to make the consumer aware of what they were providing, what they are selling for the consumers. Without the awareness of the consumers, I don't think that consumers can actually uh, getting understand that about the organization and about the services or the products that they are providing or they're going to serve for the consumers. So the Burger King also, in the case study, Burger King also trying to make people more aware through their program, augmented reality program, for what they are doing and what they are serving for the company, as they believe themselves that they are the best one, and their grill, their tenders, their food, their all options, all types of different types of foods are actually thousand times better than the other competitors. That's that they are believing, and that's why they are providing such unusual advertisement campaign they are providing for the consumers. Second part is knowledge. So obviously the organization is trying to cultivate the knowledge for the consumers, because knowledge is something that which is very important aspect in order to relate with the product or services. If the person doesn't know what kind of product they actually need to use and why they should use this kind of product and for what purpose, the consumer cannot come and show the intensity to buy the product or services. That's why in that reason it is the responsibility by the organization to educate people through different uh, using the different tools and components. Third one is the liking. Obviously, if the company make people liking the products and services through the advertisement, they would come and try to have those products or services from the company. That's what the Burger King actually doing, that many people are liking the fancy app where they are burning the other competitors up and getting a free Hooper. Most people liking this kind of advertisement campaign. In Brazil, it is shown already. Fourth one is the preference. Consumers can have preference after the company's ad, because the ad is something which actually make people preferring for the product or services. The Burger King, based on case study, they are since 2019 they are providing an option where they can get a free Hooper. Thus they also enhancing their other meal as well, as because if the consumer can understand that I can come and have a free Hooper after burning an competitor ad, so they can easily convert to the other meal as well, as because when consumers come to purchase a new product, it is very easy task for the employee who are working for an organization to do the cross selling. And we all know the cross selling is having everywhere in most of the restaurants. So the preference here is very likely done by the Burger King as well through the augmented reality program. The fourth one is the conviction. Well, in the case study, the augmented reality program is actually done in order to turn the consumers having that much desire that yes, I have to come, I have to do this kind of act so that I can get a free Hooper, as well as this way they can also become a great fan, a great devotee for the organization as well. And the last one, but not the least, is purchase. Well, obviously, the purchase is the one of the most gracious thing, as because without purchasing product, no company can earn a little penny. So they want the consumers purchase the products more and more through their advertising campaigns, through whatever they are showing for their consumers. So in order to make consumer purchasing their products and services, the Burger King actually using the AR, which is the augmented reality program, which they name Burn the Ad, which also become a very fascinated by a certain amount of consumers. And within this kind of people, the company also earning a great revenue for the company, for themselves, obviously. So the second one, the role of advertisement within marketing communication mix, I'm gonna describing here. There are four types of marketing communication mix: control, brand management, creating the value proposition, and passive communication. So first two, the first one is here the controlling. Controlling is very important for any kind of organization who are existing, as because in order to do the advertisement of a brand, they have to pay a certain amount to the organizations or the other companies, as because they should have a control of doing their advertisement in their own way or their positive way. So that's why it is actually having a control over the design, timing, adjustment of the advertisement message, as because some media or channels, they can also provide false news or the negative aspects they can also show to the consumers. So so the organization must have the control in advertisement. Second one is the brand management. Well, the brand management focuses on the turn of events and support of a brand picture very clearly, where it assists to create a brand image for efficient businesses. And for the Burger King, if we see, they actually trying to make people aware of their brand value. That's why since they've started, and even when they started their franchise in Brazil, they are trying to tell everyone with this message that they are the one who can provide the best food, and no one can do that. Third one, the creating value proposition. The creating a value proposition is actually one opportunity that created a certain amount of people to get objectified and get interested into the campaigning, as because without getting a value proposition, I mean, it is very tough to get people understand what is the motive, what is the main objective for the organization to provide something extra or something very good for the consumers. So the value proposition is the blend of the term which of administration advantages, we can say, or the value um, that the organization offer, which is specifically objectifying the client gathering. The last one is a passive communication. Passive communication is normally, I mean, coordinating the showcasing and selling or publicizing in a single direction, which also promoting the consumers into the products or services. When it actually promoting the consumers in order to get influenced, to become influential in the particular product or service, they can actually come and easily consume the product or services. For example, like we can say the Apple, when any product Apple launch, even 2 weeks ago, most of the consumers or customers, I mean the follower customers who are actually love with the Apple products, they come and even they spend their whole nights in front of the Apple shops. When they just open the shop and launch the product, they just strictly want to buy the product, as they want to become the first buyer of the Apple newly launched product. So this is called the passive communication, which through a company actually connect the consumers towards the product or services that they are providing. And this is what Burger King is doing, and they want to do through the augmented reality program. So now I'm gonna presenting out the advantage and the disadvantages of this unusual sales promotion campaign through the digital components that they are using, called augmented reality. That what are the advantages they are getting, and what are the disadvantages they are also getting or supposed to get through this unusual campaign. The first one is the advantages. Obviously, the augmented reality program make people fascinating more and more. They want to get a free Hooper, I mean like a free burger they are getting when they are burning to other competitors flag. So obviously when they come and do this kind of activity, more and more people would come to have this free Uber, At the same time, the cross selling also would be done, and through this way the selling will be high, the scalability will be high, and the Burger King company can earn a good revenue for themselves. So first one is definitely the financial benefit they will get. The second one, they can create a brand value for themselves, a, a genuine brand value for themselves, as because when they can earning a great profit, they also try to provide the consumers with the great services and facilities as well. The AR program which they are exactly now providing, which they clearly sending the message that their grill is something better than anything. With the augmented reality ad, they are spending the messages, their products, their food products, their grill products like the meat, chicken, beef, everything, etc., etc., all are better than their competitors. That's message they are sending. So through the augmented reality program, the digital tool that the company Burger King used, this advertisement method actually helps them to increase their brand value, so people can easily understand there is a brand called Burger King. So these two advantages they can get through these digital tools called augmented reality program that they use in this very uncommon, unusual sales promotional campaign. So where I actually have talked about the advantages, there are also some disadvantages which they can relate by themselves. The first one, the cost can be greater and greater when they keep doing this kind of digital activities in their advertisement campaign, as because the digital tools and components are not that much easy to control, because day by day they have to keep updating their products and services. When they keep updating their products, keep updating their apps and other tools, this kind of act can easily increase the cost of the company. So if the cost getting higher, obviously they want to cover their cost through the increased of the products or services, which can also providing a great impact to the consumers when they are supposed to buy the product or service from the Burger King company. So in that case, many consumers can lose their intensity to buy a burger or other foods from Burger King when the products are getting bit more pricey or costly, as because the advertising campaign if getting higher and higher, that can give them a great impact, no doubt. The second one, which is actually based on the morality, based on the ethics, which is actually known for the gaining hatred, because the Burger King, they are telling everyone that our products are the best, which is undoubtedly they can say, but humiliating the other competitors, these kind of acts actually make a certain amount of people thinking that this company is having so much attitudes and they are taunting the other competitors, which is completely, I mean, not a good sign for a company. Whether any company can use any kind of tool, advertisement methods, anything, but when a company taunting to other companies, not in a single company but all the companies, when they are showing their grudge that we are the best, only and only one we are the best, then a certain amount of people who believes in business ethics and the morality, they can turn themselves off from the Burger King. Thus this way they can also gain hatred from a certain amount of consumers as well as the competitors as well, undoubtedly. So these were the disadvantages. So now all parts are done. In the conclusion, I can actually sum up saying that the digital advertisement is actually the best method. Obviously, there is no doubt about that, to attract more consumers into the products, because now in this age we are living in a modern science and technology. So every day people are getting new technological tools and components to make their life more and more easier. And obviously the organizations also taking this advantage to promote their products and services. But through these digital components and tools, if any organization such as Burger King doing any act which can also humiliate the other competitors or other uh, same valuable companies like McDonald, KFC, or etc., etc., any fast food chain company, this is completely looking very rude and not a good sign for a company, as because the company has to have a belief that they can gain the profit, they can gain the brand value, they can gain the margin for doing a great advertisement, marketing, communication, having a good relation, and obviously keep updating and monitoring their strategy and their management process day by day. If this kind of activities are done, any company from anywhere, they can easily enhance their business and they can reach up to their goal, whether whatever they set for themselves, any goal can be achieved. But they have to have the self confidence as well as not ruining the other business as well. So these are all I wanted to pointing out in this presentation. Here are the references which I have cited from different research paper and the websites. Here is the marking criteria scheme for the individual presentation, this one. And from me, that's all. Thank you so much.